You wake up to find your bank account empty. Your phone is buzzing with alerts. Bills you never remember rack up on your name. Your face stares back at you from a loan application you never filled out. In one night, everything you built is gone. Can you imagine if this happened to you? This is what life looks like when your identity has been stolen. And for a moment, step into the shoes of the one who takes it. You start small, a name, a number, an address. To you, it's just data, but to someone else, it's their whole life. At first, it feels almost harmless. The world is so big. Someone out there barely notices a small charge on their card. Easy, right? But then someone calls the bank. The card gets shut off. You get nothing. You tell yourself you'll get smarter. You watch, you wait, you read people's habits. It gets easier. You learn to blend in. No one suspects you. Not the cashier at the grocery store. Not the person whose mail you intercept. It's almost boring until you realize you're not just taking numbers. You're taking trust. You see a woman at the post office. She looks tired. Maybe she's just come off a night shift. Her purse holds her life, her license, her social security card, even her children's photos. Later, you find her information. You use it. Suddenly, a stranger's life is unraveling because of you. She gets denied for an apartment. She loses sleep. She wonders, what did I do wrong? The answer is nothing. She just never knew you were there. But that's just the beginning. Soon, you're not just targeting individuals. You're part of something bigger. You join a network, people you've never seen, but whose messages arrive every day. They trade in lives like poker chips. Each stolen identity becomes a ticket to more. Car rentals, hotel rooms, even passports. The rush is real, but so is the risk. One day, you wake up to sirens outside. You freeze. You start thinking about every lie you've told, every fake name you've used, every stranger you've hurt. You wonder if this is the moment it all catches up to you. But it gets worse. Now you see the aftermath. Victims are left picking up the pieces. A father loses his job when his background check flags crimes he never committed. A teenager's college dreams shatter when loans show up in her name. Even children aren't safe. Their clean identities are the perfect target. Years pass before anyone notices, and by then, the damage is deep. Can you imagine if it was your child? If your own future was stolen before it even began? Here's what happens next. The investigation starts. Agents trace patterns across hundreds of accounts. They watch purchases ping from city to city. They look for clues. But you've already moved on. You create new profiles, new backstories. You try to stay ahead. But paranoia starts to build. Each time you use a new name, you wonder if it'll be the one that gives you away. You start to see your own face on security cameras. You hear whispers in the hallway. You notice the neighbors watching. Even your friends eye you differently now. It isn't just about money anymore. The fear sticks with you. You check your back every time you walk outside. You flinch when you see police cars. The anxiety never fades. And all the while, the victims fight to clear their names. They spend months on the phone. They fill out endless paperwork. They lose jobs, homes, relationships. The guilt starts to build. You try to justify what you've done, but every new headline makes it harder. Think it can't happen to you? Think again. You realize there's no such thing as a victimless crime. Each stolen name is a life thrown into chaos. Each fake application leaves a real person with scars they can't erase. But the world keeps moving and the schemes keep evolving. There are always new ways for thieves to slip through the cracks. One weak password, one lost wallet. One moment of trust is all it takes, and every day someone's world is turned upside down. You convince yourself it's a game of survival, that you're just taking a piece of a system that never cared about you. But deep down, you see the truth. You're running on borrowed time. As the investigations close in, the walls begin to tighten. You hear stories of others arrested, sentenced, lives destroyed for a few stolen dollars. You wonder if the next knock at your door will be the last. But the consequences reach farther than any one person. The impact ripples through families, communities, and nations. Trust erodes, safety fades, and you're still left looking over your shoulder, waiting for your past to catch up. It does not matter how clever you think you are. The trail always leads somewhere. You never thought it could happen until it does. You see your photo broadcast in a fraud alert. Your stomach drops. Your hands shake as you realize the story is out of your control now. At first, you try to act normal, go to work, smile at the barista, but suspicion follows you like a shadow. Your phone rings late at night. Unknown number. You don't answer. Every day people ask, "Are you okay?" You hear rumors about someone in your building. You know they're talking about you. The pressure builds until you can't sleep, can't eat. You jump at every sound in the hall. Meanwhile, the people you hurt are still fighting for normalcy. One man loses his apartment after fake debts pile up in his name. His landlord doesn't believe his story. He sleeps in his car, clutching a folder of paperwork. A nurse misses out on a promotion because her background check shows unpaid loans. She's never missed a bill in her life. Now she sits across from a manager, tears welling up, begging them to understand. You never meet your victims, but their pain reaches you. You see it in the news. Online forums fill with posts from families whose credit is ruined. Children denied student loans. Grandparents drained of their savings. You read about data breaches and wonder if your handiwork is buried in the numbers. But that's just the beginning. It gets worse. The detective work intensifies. Law enforcement teams up with banks and tech experts. They follow the digital breadcrumbs. They freeze suspicious accounts. They lock down credit files. The circle around you tightens. Every click, every transaction is a clue. You start to realize you're outmatched. You try to clean up, erase traces, but it's too late. Someone recognized your pattern. Someone traced the money flow. The knock finally comes. You open the door to badges and questions you can't answer. Your heart pounds as you're cuffed in front of neighbors you once joked with in the elevator. In court, you see faces you do not know. Victims stand and tell their stories. Their voices shake. One by one, they describe the months and years of unraveling their lives. The judge listens. The sentence is read. It's heavy, but not as heavy as the silence that follows. Records of your crime follow you. You struggle to find work, to rebuild trust. Old friends avoid you. Conversations end when you enter the room. Your family bears the shame too. The weight becomes a daily burden. But the real lesson comes too late. Privacy is fragile. Trust can vanish overnight. Every careless click, every shared password is a door left cracked open. It could have been anyone. Your neighbor, your friend, even you. Now, the story turns to how you could have stopped it. Small steps make the difference. Strong, unique passwords, shredding old mail, checking your credit reports, watching for strange charges, staying alert to phishing and scams. No one thinks they'll be the next victim or the next headline. But the scars of identity theft are real. They last for years, sometimes forever. It isn't just numbers on a screen. It's homes, families, futures destroyed in the shadows. You know that now. The story is finished, but the warning stands. Protect yourself. Protect your loved ones, because once a name is stolen, you can't get it back.